Well, presenters, welcome back. Coach Tommy here at 1424 Basketball Training. Warriors Nuggets playoff preview and prediction based off of this video here. Hoop reports. Warriors are hot coming down the end. Klay Thompson's back. Curry's back. No Murray, no Joker. I mean, no Porter.
Team that you'd love to see in the first round of the playoffs. Once Jamal Murray and MPJ come back healthy next year, this Denver team is definitely going to be in that championship conversation.
Who cares about next year?
They'll be the perfect team for the
Talking about playoffs right now.
Postseason with. Throughout the regular season, Denver actually bested the Warriors 3-1. However, in that first game, the Warriors were without Poole, Klay, and Draymond, and they lost by 3. Then in the second game, it was pretty close overall, but a buzzer beater won the game for Denver. Then in their third game, none of the Warriors' big three played at all. Then in the fourth and last game, where the Warriors won, Draymond wasn't playing, and it ended with a pool party. All in all, the regular season matchups between the two don't really mean much towards the playoffs because each game was not only pretty close, but also had key players missing.
Yeah, any of those games during the season, they don't really matter too much other than use them for information to draw up a strategy.
Anyway, next off, let's take a look at the statistics of the Nuggets. You have the reigning MVP, Nikola Jokic, who is a beast that's averaging about 27 points, 14 rebounds, and 8 assists.
Oh, who cares?
And then following him, you have 5 other players averaging in the mid to low double figures. They clearly play together as a team, but all in all, just like the...
Ooh, I thought Will Barton was the second leading scorer. Aaron Gordon moved up.
I mean, for the season, with Nikola Jokic playing in games, the Nuggets are 46-28. But without him playing, the Nuggets are just 2-6. So, the key to beating Denver...
That's amazing. He only missed 8 games.
Stop the Joker, you can stop the Nuggets. It's easier said than done, of course, but this is a Warriors team that still has the core trio that went to 5 straight finals and won 3 championships together. And this is how they're going to be, the 2022 Denver Nuggets.
This Warriors team is a lot different. Draymond does a lot less. Klay Thompson is not peak Klay Thompson. Steph Curry arguably is the best he's ever been, and Jordan Poole is the lightning rod. He's the X factor.
First off, to end the regular season, the Warriors have the #1 rated defense in the entire league. Now, they started off the season with the best defensive record in the league. Then in the middle, the injury bugs came, mental fatigue kicked in.
I got Dr. Squatch for my boyfriend, but honestly...
What is this? Dr. Squatch? Soap. Please like and subscribe. Help your boy.
Especially when Draymond went out. But in saying that, over the last 5 games to close out the regular season, they were looking like how they did at the start of the season.
So Warriors play a different level of defense. It's more like defense on the string, versatility. They don't have high rim protectors, but they're very versatile and quick.
And Draymond looked fantastic. Defensive rotations were crisp, and for the most part, they were locking
Gary Payton, Iguodala, Poole.
Nuggets on the other side were on the bottom half when it comes to defensive ratings. They were 18th overall in the league, and with the high-octane offense that's going to consist of Curry, Klay, Poole, and Wiggins, the Nuggets are going to have their hands full.
Oh, I forgot about Wiggins.
But
he's versatile on defense too.
It's going to take a lot of effort to slow down Jokic. Whenever he's in the low post,
they got no size, no height, no muscle. They got Kevin Looney.
Is such a problem for just about every team in the league. But the good thing for the Warriors is that they have the 2017 Defensive Player of the Year.
Won't matter.
He only stands 6'6", but he's going to play with strength and IQ. Every time Nikola is in the post, he's going to make it as physical as possible without fouling. And at the same time, another player is going to have to come in with some extra hands and force Nikola to pick up the ball and either pass it out or make an uncomfortable shot. And on the other end of the court, the Warriors are going to have to attack Jokic as much as possible in 1-5 switches. That'll tire him out and make him less effective on the floor. And it definitely is possible. Teams can tire him out, and he does become less effective. I mean, I searched up...
What would this strategy be? If I'm the Warriors, I'm not really trying to change my system too much. They play too well together to kind of isolate and try to kill Joker in pick and rolls. They're not like Chris Paul or Ja Morant, where they're just trying to pick you apart with a, pick and roll type thing. I would just keep it together, try to throw different double teams at Joker and make the other guys beat him. I mean, that's probably going to be the game plan.
And here's what I found. In the first and second quarters of the game, the man is with an offensive rating of 121.9 and 122.5. But in the third and fourth quarter, after running around the court for a whole half, his offensive rating drops to 106.9 and 109.2. Sheesh, guys, that's a pretty big drop off there. Anyway,
I don't know about that.
Like I said earlier, what we're going to see
some of these stats are crazy.
Switches, and the Warriors are going to be constantly exploiting the joke.
Is he getting tired, or are teams just starting to actually play defense in the third and fourth quarter? Because if you've ever played basketball, first quarter defense is a lot different than fourth quarter defense.
Situations. Like here, for example. Here's Curry with the ball in transition. Looney here sets the screen, and then from here on the perimeter, Jokic simply isn't going to be able to keep up with Curry. It's not a three, but hey, whatever works,
If I'm Nuggets, I'm trying to figure out some type of zone.
right? And it's not just Curry either. I mean, here's Poole on the perimeter. Look how far Jokic is with Looney here. For a
Yeah,
shooter,
like
it goes
this,
forward.
they're gonna have to figure out their rotations.
All day long. Splash. And if you thought it was just Curry or Poole that was going to be attacking Jokic in these situations, just remember that there's Klay Thompson too. Here's Klay way out beyond the arc. Looney is going to set a screen, and Klay draws in the defense and then just dishes it to Looney. And that's going to be the tail of the series, guys. The Warriors, for all intents and purposes, only have to stop one guy, while Denver has to stop three. And that's without including the 2014 number 1 pick, Andrew Wiggins, and the 2021 number 7 pick, Jonathan Kuminga, who are both efficient scorers and could explode for 20 points on any given night.
Kuminga's
Look,
just
the truth is,
defense.
Denver is going to have to deal with a 2-time MVP instead.
It's whether or not Curry, Clay, and Poole can hit shots.
Curry,
Period.
Klay Thompson, who ended off the
At a
regular
high
season with
clip.
3 straight games, scoring 30+ on insane efficiency numbers, and Eddie Murray.
Versus the others or the bums for the Nuggets.
Who's playing like the 2015 MVP.
Monte Morris, can he hit a shot?
Nightmare for a team. That's without any elite
Aaron
perimeter
Gordon, can
defenders.
he dominate the boards and the rebounds?
The fact that this is more or less the same Denver team
If
that
he
got
hits
swept by the
threes,
Suns
that'll
last
be
season.
good.
In that series, Denver was dominated by the guard combo of Chris Paul and Devin Booker, who both averaged 25 in that series. I mean, not only did CP3 average 25, but he shot 63% from the field. How did he shoot at such a high percentage? Well, exactly like how I drew it out earlier.
Because he
What
goes
about
wherever
switches?
the hell he wants.
I mean, here he is on the perimeter. He gets the screen, switches onto the Joker, gets to his spot. That's money. He did this all series long, over and over and
At
over.
his own
again.
pace.
The Nuggets and the Joker had no answer, and I'm certain that both Curry and Poole are going to be doing exactly the same thing.
Curry's
over
not the
and over
same.
again. In addition, the Suns were a good defensive team last season, and in that series, they were able to limit the Joker to shooting just 48% from the floor and 28% from three-point range. He still averaged 25, 13, and 6, but hey, those efficiency numbers won't win you a series against the better teams in the league. Anyway, moving on.
Curry is much more frenetic. He's much more movement without the ball. Chris Paul is much more surgical, pick and roll, dissect you apart, get into the mid range, work on all the shots that he's worked on. He's much more of a playmaker and
Current
strategist.
odds by DraftKings favors the Warriors, who are a minus 215, which means you got to bet $215 to win 100. So anyway, on to my predictions. I'm going to say Warriors in 5. And again,
Ooh, Warriors in
the reason I love
5.
this matchup for the Warriors is that not only does it favor them, but it gives them just the opportunity they need for them to integrate everything together. Because remember, the trio of Steph, Klay, and Draymond only played a grand total of 11 minutes together all season. It'll also give Curry the opportunity to play with rotations just slightly. Because remember, Jordan Poole has been playing like a superstar as of late. And it might be
He's not a
best to
superstar.
keep him in the starting
Not
unit.
yet. Maybe
I mean,
an
Draymond
all-star.
Green recently remarked, I'm not sure he goes back to the second unit. That's still to be decided, and that's not an easy decision to make. But Coach Kerr is a very smart coach, very smart man, and just because Steph comes back doesn't mean you totally take the ball out of Jordan's hands. He's done well. Steph is going to have the ball the majority
That's Draymond just hyping up his teammate.
of the time, and we all know that, and we all want that. But to know that you have another guy you can get off the ball and run sets for, and who you know can get a bucket any time, that's a powerful tool. I don't envision him going back to the role he was playing. I envision that it's just an added layer to our offense that we didn't have before. Anyway, guys, if you want to see my complete predictions on how this whole postseason will pan out for Golden State, then make sure to click this video here. This is the
Yikes. Well, this one seems like a much more Golden State heavy prediction. It's going to be tough. It's really a difference between styles. You got to battle down low with Joker. Nobody on the Warriors can stop him. Kevin Looney doesn't have a chance. Draymond Green's just too small. Joker be able to pass over the top of him and pick apart the Warriors defense in terms of that. But then on the opposite end, they have 3 really deadly shooters, depending on how healthy Curry looks. But Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole, they should be deadly enough just having the 2 of them to space the floor. It's really a toss-up for me, man. But for your guys' sake, I'll say the Nuggets in 7. But do I really believe it? Who knows? I just hope it's a good series. And I will see you later. I will definitely try to watch this game today. Until next time, it takes 14 minutes, 24 seconds, or 1% of your day to get better. Peace.